What's up? It's Mike here at Bass Alien. Once again, we got this beautiful German team built. It's a Pro Series streamer, the popular streamer body shape. It's very similar to those that like Spectres, for example. It's a very well balanced instrument with the upper horn extending all the way to the 12th fret. And then if you have the locking Warwick that come with all of the team built Pro Series models that pop right on and off. They're securely screwed onto your strap. Easy release on and off. That extends it actually another like whole inch almost. This is the CV model. It stands for Classic Vintage. So that includes this really cool looking pick guard. This one's in like a cream with the vintage sunburst. The fretwork too, by the way, is the invisible fret technology. We'll get a close up on that. And you can see that not only is it invisible on the sides here of the fret where you don't see the tangs of the fret, but it's incredibly smooth. Even in the winter time when the wood kind of shrinks a little, you don't get bit by those corners like you do on some of the other import models of all brands that tend to do that. So it's those little touches that really make these higher end instruments stand out. And Warwick makes the best bass guitars in the world at their premium production factory. So this one's in a high gloss finish, you could see with some of the reflection there. So this one is fitted with 2 jazz pickups, and like most basses, these pickups are passive. In this model, because it's classic vintage, the electronics are all passive as well. They're not active, so they're a really unique setup, and it has great tone. I was surprised. Of course, you can get the vintage old school vibes on this thing, no problem, and they're amazing. But what really surprised me is what modern tones you can get out of this despite not having the active electronics. So you have a volume knob here for the neck pickup. You have a separate independent volume knob here for the bridge pickup. You can mix those any way you want to. Then over here you have the old school kind of passive tone control where it goes from bright down to that murky as you turn it counterclockwise and brighten it up by turning it clockwise. And then it has what you might want to call a bass knob, but it's very interesting. It just rolls off. It's like a low pass filter and it just rolls off the real heavy lows if you turn that down. So if you're having a too boomy of a sound, you could roll that off and you still don't lose any bass. Or you could turn that up and just get as much bottom end as you want. But it's a very subtle knob, unlike the tone knob. So this is more, people think, oh, bass and treble. It's like, no, this is the passive tone control, which kind of was bass counterclockwise and treble clockwise. And this is more of a bass roll off per Warwick. So that was the engineers I spoke with there. So it's very subtle. I had to use headphones to tell the difference or really crank the bass up on my Phil Jones to hear the difference and it does cut off that boomy sound. What's also cool about the Pro Series, these team built German made basses, is not only is the fit and finish just superb, but there's also the glow in the dark side dots as well. It's standard on every model. This one actually, because of the classic vintage vibe, has the maple neck. Unlike a lot of works that have the really crazy exotic woods, this one has a maple neck, but you could see how figured it is. Trying to get the tag out of the way. But look at that figuring on this maple neck. It's just very premium hard maple neck here. And then a rosewood fingerboard. Of course, you have the dots. Has the quick release truss cover, like most Warwicks. And it has the 3D bridge that's forged from a single piece of brass as far as the base and the tailpiece to get that, really to nail that transfer of vibration to the body and throughout the instrument, which helps with sustain and everything. So you have, bolt-on neck here and the easy access cavity. Again, there's no battery you have to worry about, so that's a big plus. And the plug is on the bottom quarter here. They now offer the Streamer CV in a 5-string as well, which is new. So let's go ahead and see what sounds we can get out of this instrument. So if you were following me before, my left index finger is a little bit better, but it still can't close. So I'm going to keep the riff simple, but I want to try to play the same thing over and over. Right now I have both pickups all the way up. I have the bass about in the first quarter or third. It's just like to pick it up a little bit. And I have the tone knob all the way on bright. That's all the way clockwise. All right, now let's take it to the bridge pickup only. So I'm going to roll off the neck pickup, leave this all the way up. I'll leave the tone as is just so you can hear the difference. You hear that more presence there, that kind of almost honkiness. Really nice sustain on this instrument. You know what I forgot on the last one was the harmonics. So I'm going to turn both pickups on all the way up again. All right, then compare that with bridge all the way up, necks off. All right, now let's go to the neck pickup all the way up and turn the bridge pickup all the way down. Next all the way up, still leaving that EQ the same. Sounds woodier, sounds more like that traditional kind of P-bass sound. Yeah, a lot more of that kind of woody P-bass sound, if I had to describe it. Killer sustain on this. Still very good, even on just the neck pickup here. Now, if you want to get that old school tone, you could leave it mostly on this neck pickup. We could turn this bass all the way up. I don't think you'll really notice without maybe headphones. And I'm going to turn this tone knob all the way down to the darker range. It's a good vintage tone, you know. All right, we'll try the harmonics. I don't expect to hear them that well in this config, but here we go. Still hear them. All right, and now let's do the bridge pickup all the way up and the neck pickup all the way down. Still with the same darker EQ. It's got a little more growl there for sure. That presence comes out. It's still that darker tone you could hear. Let's play the other riff. It's really nice sustain there. And let's try the harmonics. Bridge pickup, nice. All right. Now, let's do both pickups all the way up and stay darker. That's the only one we haven't done yet. Love the sustain. That's a little riff from Victor Wooten's album Sword and Stone and Words and Tone. I'll leave the tone knob and I'll roll the bass off all the way and see if you can hear the difference. Both pickups are all the way up, by the way. You should hear a little less bass, at least not as boomy of bass, but it's very subtle. In fact, I'll go back to all the way bass so you could hear it back to back. All the way up. And then the bass all the way down. So very subtle. I don't even know if I hear it. If you look at your gain and the peaking, you'll see that it'll peak less when you roll that off. So just a very interesting kind of knob to get rid of that boominess. But I'm gonna have the boominess off all the way down. Tone is all the way on the darker side. Both pickups are on, and let's see what that sounds like. All right, and now my favorite is, well, let's do the tone halfway. I think you already heard the tone all the way up. Let's do the tone about halfway. Tone's halfway, 25 to 33% kind of bass boost. Pickups both all the way up. It's getting close to my personal favorite tone, but notably for the video in more objective fashion is it's a more modern tone. Whew. It's like it just keeps going. All right. And we'll leave the kind of bass boost at the 25-30%. We're going to turn the tone knob all the way up just a little bit more. Both pickups are on. I'd be remiss if I didn't do a little slap. I'll try to play Larry Graham's Hair. Probably not as fast or as definitely not as well as he does, but here we go. And here it is with just the neck pickup on all the way with the bridge off. But what I wanted to show you was the contoured body on this base. So you could see that it's curved right around your body that way. And I'll show you this way as well, but it's the same deal, right? So curved that way. You could see it here on the body. It's got a nice kind of indent here and body contouring here. It's a great kind of compact as far as from here to here, but long enough this way to feel very familiar and have that amazing balance. If you do have the money to spring for a German-made, either team built or master built, we of course will fill any custom order and I'll give you a deal better than anyone else out there. You also get our rewards points for life. They never expire, and it's equivalent to an ongoing 5% off on top of the crazy deals I have all the time. If you remember years ago, there was a Steve Bailey signature Warwick. It was a 6-string fretless that was black with a white pickguard, just like this. It was a streamer shape, but it was a 6-string. It was a really cool instrument. It had snake wood. We had them in stock years ago. So this reminds me a lot of that. It's just very unique looking and very cool. Come get it while you still can. It features a beautifully crafted ash body, a 1-piece maple neck, and a 21 rosewood fretboard. The finish on this bass is stunning, with an antique tobacco over a solid swamp ash body, all topped off with a high polish finish. Warwick employs a unique process using water-based lacquer that dries instantly in a UV chamber, resulting in a finish that's almost as clear as a diamond and highly scratch resistant. The Streamer CV boasts a 1-piece bolt-on vintage-style maple neck and a 21-fret rosewood fingerboard with a 34-inch scale. The frets are installed using Warwick's invisible fret technology, which cuts fret slots and installs bell brass frets without extending to the edge of the fingerboard. This leaves the wood intact, enhancing vibration transfer down to the fingerboard and ensuring a soft touch and incredibly comfortable playability. Like all Warwick series instruments, the CV comes with fluorescent glow-in-the-dark side dots. Moving to the headstock, we have ergonomically angled tuners for quick and easy tuning, a quick access truss rod cover, and an adjustable nut system allowing for precise string height adjustments at the nut. The pickups and electronics on the CV are both simple and ingenious, delivering that classic vintage tone. It features dual MEC J-style pickups and a passive circuit with unique bass and treble controls. All Warwick instruments come standard with the unique 2-piece 3-dimensional bridge system. And now all Warwick series basses feature a solid brass bridge routed from a single block of brass. Brass transfers vibration perfectly and doesn't color the sound. The 3-dimensional bridge system is adjustable forward and backward for intonation, up and down for action, and side to side for string spacing. It can be raised and lowered and locked in place at all 4 points. A crucial aspect of a bolt-on instrument is the neck pocket, where the neck fastens to the body, creating a seamless union. Warwick's neck pockets are precision routed and custom fit by hand, ensuring perfect vibration transfer from the neck to the body. The Streamer CV used to only be available in a 4-string model, but is now also available in a 5-string model. You can choose between right or left-handed, fretted or fretless. Every model ships with a deluxe gig bag and a user kit containing all of the tools needed to maintain your instrument. You can choose between natural oil, colored oil, or high polish finishes. As part of Warwick's commitment to environmental consciousness and resource preservation, all instruments are crafted in Germany using 100% carbon neutral production. The Streamer CV feels and can sound like a vintage bass, also can give you that modern sound as well, retains all of the modern character and personality that the Streamer series is known for. So let me know if there's anything else I can do for you guys. Again, this is Mike at Bass Alien. Make sure to check us out, bassalien.com. I'll see you guys next time.